ace there,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you are wondering, whether somebody is trying to run over the table, I guess.
Yeah,
So.
we of course know Smith has had the best hand every step of the way. Players don't know that yet, and at 156,000, Dan Smith firmly in control of this table. A couple of the players have yet to move a chip. Paul Inwards, one of them, and this doesn't look like it's going to be his hand either.
No, I think he's probably got the least experience of playing live games, so I think he's going to be quite nervous.
Ace-6 for Surinder suited, and thinks it's a raising hand. 2 + 4, 6,000 around. It's just Bill Gaze's in the big blind now. It was folding up shop, and you say you've seen Bill Gaze's play quite a bit of tournaments over in America.
Oh yeah, yeah. He would be one of the better tournament players over there, and and he also plays cash games. So he would be a close second favorite starting the heat with Surinder, but I think Surinder's price has gone out a bit at the moment.
Right. Soon our shot stop, but Bill Gaze is there, who told me he started out playing poker as a prop player. That's a player who gets paid by the shift to play poker in the 3-6 Hold'em games out in California. That was quite some time ago, so I think he's moved up the ranks.
Sure has.
Now he's playing a $10,000 tournament. $10,000 buying 2 hooks for Surinder. What is that, a trap play?
Yeah, he likes to trap quite a bit, and as I was saying earlier, and
Surinder has called the 2,000. Now Scott Fidlow on the button has raised it up with the ace-5. Is he going to hear from Surinder again here?
Definitely. Surinder is not going to slow play these 2 jacks. If he had 2 kings, he might, or 2 aces, but not with 2 jacks.
So Fidlow taking Surinder's limp in as a sign of weakness. And now Inward has called as well with a very good hand.
Yeah, that's almost a surprise that he just called with the ace-queen suited.
Surinder calling as well.
Wow.
3-way here. Does Surinder know where he's at?
Well, I guess the fact that he's been damaged, he's maybe trying to conserve his chips a little bit.
Well, that king could slow Surinder down, but he's still got the best hand. Well, I guess we'll see if he can suss it out here, Donica.
Well, he's out of position to the razor, so he'll have to check to him.
It has gone check to Scott Fidlow, who has got the worst hand out of the 3, although a 4 would make him a low straight. And Fidlow has bet 8,000. We'll see what Inwards is going to do. He's calling, looking for an ace or queen.
Well, that makes it very difficult for Surinder to call with 2 jacks. I mean, Scott's bet was sort of a bit on the weak side, the 8,000, but Surinder's in a bad spot now.
You could see Surinder folding here. He has folded. Wow. And do you think he misplayed that hand, Donica?
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm quite surprised he didn't re-raise before the flop, especially when Paul called the raise. And,
that 9 on the turn has made Paul Inwards very happy. It's given him a flush draw now. And looks like he's reaching.
8,000.
This looks like a weak bet, though, 8,000. But Fidlow has nothing really, so, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do here.
Right. Scott drawing to a 4, and actually he's behind. He's laying down the hand. Inwards has won this hand with naught but ace high. So 8 hands played, and Bill Gaze is yet to move a chip. Does that surprise you, or?
No. I think he'd play quite solidly early, and then if they get down to short-handed, he'll play more aggressively. I mean, he knows how to play sort of short-handed situations, and
well, he's got a problem right now, sorting it out with Thomas Kremser. And Kremser, of course, one of the most experienced tournament directors in Europe, so I think he can handle just about any problem.
Yes, he doesn't look too comfortable there. I don't know whether, what the problem is, but, I don't know whether maybe he's just got a headache or something, but what can you do?
Lights can be bright in that studio, and And another blind on blind situation. Neil Channing now raising up with the ace, picking on Daniel Smith, who has gone a little quiet since his early antics, but with a pocket pair he'll be playing. Or
Surprised Daniel didn't put a bit of heat on him, you know, sort of big blind, small blind there, trying to just close him off.
3 hearts on the flop, and Channing has out-flopped the pair of ducks, but how much is he going to like it?
8,000.
There's very little Daniel Smith can do with these this hand. 2 deuces and no hearts.
No, I think he probably should have played a hand aggressively before the flop, because, you know, it's pretty obvious that Neil could be, you know, he'd raised him before in that same spot. So
in these blind versus blind confrontations, you think rather than call, it's better to raise or fold?
Well, I think with the amount of chips that you know, he had in that spot, you know, I mean, you know, he's sort of, you know, quite comfortable in chips, you know. So I think Daniel should have re-raised him.
Yeah.
You know, if Neil calls, you're sort of, unless you flop a deuce, you're sort of through with it. But
yeah.
You know, you just have to assume that Neil maybe is on a steal and put some heat on him. You know,
right.
Use the
probably
chip
could have
advantage.
turned a loser into a winner there. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cards coming out now. We are still 6 here. Daniel Smith, your leader, with 150,000. And Bill Gazes, he hasn't played a hand yet and folds this one as well. Inwards with the suited connectors. Well, this shows him to be a little bit optimistic. He's raising 6,000. That's a bit of a mix-up, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when you see the way he played the ace-queen suited. But he's mixing up his play, so, you know, that's good. You know, even if he has to show this hand, it'll get people wondering.
Fiedlow playing the pot from the big blind with an ace-8 of hearts, and he's well in front.
Mm-hmm.
But has not gotten any help from the flop, which is all red but the wrong suit.
Check.
I guess we'll see what Inwards is made of here. He's got a gut straight draw. Didn't want to steal the pot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that, I mean, he doesn't look as if he's got much chance of winning it. So
do you think it's a compulsory bet there for him if he...
Pretty well, yeah. I mean, if he had flopped a piece of it and didn't want to get raised, like, I mean, if, you know, he made a pair of 5s or something, he could maybe check. But he's won it anyway, I guess.
Well, he's bet on the turn. Fiedlow checked again, and 6,000... so Inwards has got some bluff in him, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he's feeling his way, and I mean, that was good that he raised with those small connectors there. You know, showing a bit of confidence, and I mean, most people have seemed to got involved in the game, apart from Bill Gazes for some reason. We haven't actually seen his cards a couple of times when he's passed, so...
Well, it hasn't hurt Gaze as much. I mean, he's only got about 3,000 less than he started with. So, I mean, how do you usually view this first round when the blinds are only 1 in 2,000? More important to hold on to chips or to get in there and try and accumulate some?
Well, the raises are usually quite cheap. You know, you can sort of see a flop for 6,000. So, you know, I mean... You know, it's an opportunity to try and win a good-sized pot, you know, without damaging yourself too much, you know. So, you know, the blinds go up pretty quickly every half hour. So, you know, I'd want to sort of get involved if I could.
Well, it's been folded around to Surinder, who is now limping in, just calling the 2,000 bet with the king-jack offsuit. And Surinder, the short stack, I think, is he trying to just hold on to his chips here? He's letting Bill Gazes in the pot for free.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he limped with the pair of jacks as well, so he's certainly playing conservatively.
Gaze is in the big blind, allowed to see it, a hand with the queen-7, and now the flop is going to come 3-way. Fiedlow to 6-7, and not much for anyone. Although Fiedlow has got a gut straight draw, 5 would hit him in the belly.
Check.
But, Surinder not going for this, checked around to him, and he gives them a free card with the best hand, king high.
Well, I guess if he didn't raise before the flop with it, he's hardly going to
make a move at it.
Yeah.